In this video, I'm going to give you 5 pros and 5 cons about Midtown Sacramento so you can decide if it's the right spot for you. Hi, this is Jacqueline Gage with the Gage Group at eXp Realty right here in Sacramento. And if this is your first time on my channel, welcome. This is where we talk to you about everything Sacramento related and give you the full scoop, the full 411. So if you're into that, please subscribe down below. Why subscribe? Because it helps me do more videos like this and give you knowledge from an inside perspective. All right, and don't forget, tap that bell button, ring a ding ding, so you're notified when I drop a new video, and I try to do them on a weekly basis. My team and I get calls all the time about people moving to Sacramento, and we love to help them. So if you're considering a move or have any questions, don't hesitate, reach out, PM, DM, whatever you prefer, we are here for you. All right, let's get into the video. Number 1 pro. Midtown has beautiful architecture. So Sacramento has a ton of history. We were founded in 1849, so some of the properties are going to be really old, and you will see them in Midtown. It's really reflective of another time. You're going to see architecture that is going to be craftsman bungalows, high water bungalows because it used to flood here. Also Victorians, a lot of ornate Victorians. And people just love this style of architecture, all these that I mentioned, because they're considered very charming and they're highly desirable. So, you know, it has a lot of character in Midtown, and not to mention the beautiful architecture, but when you see the tree-lined streets and the canopied trees, it's really like a storybook. So the architecture in Midtown stands out. Number 2 pro, Midtown has a huge walkability factor. Midtown Sacramento has a huge walkability factor, and this is the reason why so many people love it and gravitate towards Midtown, because, you know, the trend in living nowadays has been to have it be really easy with your lifestyle and low maintenance and convenient, and people, what they want when I talk to buyers is a walkability factor. It's really high on a lot of people's list. They don't want to bother with the commute. They just want easy breezy and, you know, maybe a 5-minute Uber if they're going out. So Midtown is the spot if that's what you're looking for. You know, everything is right within your reach. You can just go right out your door. If not a walk, a bike right away. And if you like a lot of action and activity, there is a ton of that in Midtown. Midtown is also called the grid because it is literally set up on a grid. Numbers going east to west and letters going north to south. So even if you aren't, you know, that savvy about getting around, you won't get lost. It's really very easy, and it just adds to the walkability factor. Number 3 pro, there are lots of things to do. You will have so much to do in Midtown. Really, it is the heart and soul of Sacramento. It's where people go to hang out. It's the densest part of the community where there's restaurants, bars, coffee shops, art galleries, shops. Anything you want is in Midtown, and people are out and about. There's always something going on. So if you like activity, it's a spot for you. Some things that I would say to check out that people love are Midtown Farmers Market. It's every Saturday. It's not just a place to go get your food, but also a place to hang out, bring the whole family, hang out with a friend. There's a lot of local vendors selling things. So you can make a whole day of it. I believe it goes to 8 to noon. And it goes all year long. Another thing that is really big here in Sacramento is Second Saturday. This is once a month. All the art galleries open up. The restaurants a lot of times have specials going on, and it's people are all out on the streets in Midtown, just hopping from gallery to gallery. It's a great way to support local business and, you know, get out and see a lot of people you know. Another thing that we have in Midtown is the R Street corridor. This is, you know, turned into a great place. used to be, you know, nothing. It was just like old industrial buildings, but it's really turned into a hot spot in Sacramento. So you'll want to check out the R Street corridor. One of my favorite restaurants, Beast and Bounty, is there. But it's a whole strip of restaurants, coffee shops, bars that you can walk, has a high walkability factor, and make a whole day out of it. So definitely check that out. Also, Lavender Heights is our LGBTQ community at 20th and K. If you like dancing, there are a lot of great bars that have dancing and great DJs, so that could be a spot for you as well. One of my favorite breakfast spots is called the Morning Fork. They have, I love pancakes, and they have huge pancakes there. It's a real, you know, diner vibe and has a lot of character. So Midtown has always something to do, and if you like to be out later, there is more vibrancy in this neighborhood than any other. Number 4 pro. Midtown is great for young professionals, single people, and people who may be just looking to meet new people or might be new to town. And this might be a given, but just wanted to, it's definitely something to note. Also, Niche, a website that talks about different neighborhoods, named Midtown 2020's best neighborhood for young professionals in the Sacramento area. And they base this on the number of millennial residents, job opportunities, and access to bars, restaurants, and affordable housing. So if you're new to town, want to meet people, obviously people are out and about, and it's a great way to meet people. Also, things stay open later, so if you're single and want to go do something, you don't want to be out in suburbia because things close early, Midtown's going to be the spot where you hit the restaurants and the bars and can stay out late and have fun with your friends. So definitely something to note because if you're new to town, you want to meet people, you want to be in the right spot to do so. All right, guys, and for our 5th pro about Midtown, that's going to be its easy river access. So Sacramento is a river town through and through, and people love to, a lot of times, live near the river, especially if they're an avid biker or runner or just love walking down by the river. There's a great access point in Midtown, and that's going to be Sutter's Landing. Sutter's Landing not only has access to the American River Parkway, which is a long trail going from downtown all the way to Folsom. People love to bike it, run it, whatever. But there's also a dog park there, a skate park, a lot of activity going on at Sutter's Landing. Definitely get a sense of community there. A lot of people like to hang out. But the American River Parkway, which is, you get to it through Sutter's Landing, goes from downtown all the way to Folsom. So it's a good stretch of trail. People love it, and all the more reason to live in Midtown. All right, guys, let's get into the cons. So our number 1 con is Midtown is going to be more expensive. And this is probably no surprise. Obviously, it has a high desirability factor because it's close to downtown, it has a lot of walkability. It's a core neighborhood in Sacramento. There's lots of things to do. So you're going to pay the price to be there. The prices in Sacramento keep going up, especially last time I did my Midtown video. I noticed the median price point was around $560 for a home. And right now in Midtown, the median over the past year for a home is about $593. So what does $593 get you? I'm going to show you. It gets you probably a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,450 square feet, and this is a picture of one. So you'll see a lovely craftsman bungalow, which is what Midtown's known for. In some areas of California, this seems cheap, but to other people probably moving into California and not familiar with our higher prices, this could be more expensive. So now the low in Midtown for pricing of a home is going to be $410,000. But I would tell you on the lower end, the majority of the homes are probably going to be in the high 4s, like $470,000. And this is going to get you a 2-1 around 1,100 square feet. And the property is going to look like this. This is actually a past sold. And then we have the high of Midtown. The highest property sold in the past year was $1,430,000, and I actually sold this property. It was beautiful, absolutely dialed in, magazine ready, very unique house. Really, I've never seen a more beautiful property in Midtown. 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,700 square feet, looks like this. Really huge lot, like almost a half acre. So it was definitely a very special property, but most of the properties don't go up that high. Just to reiterate, your median is 592, your low's 410, and then you have a high of $1,000,004. A big variance, but definitely prices keep escalating in Midtown because it's such a desirable area. So let's talk about rent in Midtown on average for a 1-bedroom. That'll start you at $1,500 a month and can go all the way up to $3,000 a month, depending on a luxury apartment building. So if you love the convenient lifestyle of Midtown, just know that it's going to be an area that has higher prices. Con 2, the parking. So Midtown is definitely a denser area, so there's going to be less parking availability, so it can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. Definitely give yourself a little extra time if you need to be somewhere. And also, you're just competing with the residents who live in the area for parking, because a lot of the housing does not have a garage, or if it does have a garage, it might be a 1-car, or they might not even use it. So if you're parking at a meter, definitely be on it. Those meter maids are all around. And our parking for the meters has definitely gotten more expensive. A lot of that money is going to, pay for the Golden One Center. But, it's a highly desirable area. You're in the heart of the town, so this is to be expected. Number 3 con, the homeless. So the homeless is definitely an issue in Sacramento. I talk about this in a lot of my videos. And the closer you are to the heart of the city, there's going to be more homeless. If you're moving out into the suburbs, like the Granite Bay area, you'll see very few homeless. But it's an issue that we need to handle. Who knows when the city or state is going to handle it, but this can just bring about a lot more trash in the neighborhood, stuff on the street you'll see, makes the neighborhood not look as nice, a lot of litter, and can also bring about more theft and so forth. So just something to consider if you're planning to move to Midtown. Number 4 con, it's louder at night. Now, this may not surprise you, but I definitely thought it was something that needed to be noted. Obviously, if you're closer to the city, there is more hustle and bustle. It's a denser area, a lot of people living in a small area. There's going to be more noises at night. And, there's people walking from bars to restaurants to coffee shops. Things are open later, and they're walking through residential to get to bars and restaurants. So it makes sense that you'd have more noise. But if you're the type of person who needs silence at night, this may not be the spot for you. You have your occasional homeless person, down the alley you hear late at night, going through trash and so forth. So all these factors create, a lot of noise at night, but you might be the kind of person that loves it and feel the energy. So just depends. Number 5 con, properties require constant upkeep. So this is probably the most important con of Midtown. Although these homes are very charming and people love them, you got to know what you're getting into, because they require constant upkeep, time, and money. And you have to know what to look for in an older home. Things to think about are, the wood. A lot of them are wood, and moisture creates a lot of rot. So you have to keep up on your woodwork. The electrical in many of these homes is older, so that could be a fire hazard. You have to update all the electrical throughout the house, which can be very costly. The plumbing, some of these houses, you definitely want to check out the plumbing. Really old plumbing, and can be very costly. Also older windows, so the insulation might not be as good. If you replace new windows, that's expensive. So unless these homes are completely updated, you have to constantly put money into your house to keep it updated and to keep it to a great living condition. Also, because they're older homes, the living standards has changed. What we want in a lifestyle has changed. We didn't used to want open concept, but now everyone wants open concept. So that is costly to take down walls and change the floor plan. In older areas, there's a lot of homes with 3-bedroom, 1 bath, or 2-1. So you're missing the bath, an extra bath. Nowadays we all want that master suite. You don't have, in many of the homes, a bathroom attached to the master. So lifestyles changed, and it takes money to update things to today's living standards. Also, a lot of the backyards are going to be smaller. Back in the day, people used to hang out on the porch and talk to each other, and that was more of a thing. Now people want bigger backyards, more space. Also, you want to know, or note, I should say, that a lot of these houses are in historical districts. So you have to check with the city on certain updates. And there's a lot of rules and regulations on what you can and can't update. So that's something that you also want to know if you're thinking about purchasing in this area. But, you know, Midtown is a great area. I love the old charm. It's just something that you want to know up ahead because it's a lot of time and money to maintain these properties. All right, guys, if you found this video informative and want to know more about Sacramento, don't forget, subscribe right down below. It really helps me get these videos out there. And also tap the bell button so you're notified every time I do a new video. But wait, I'm going to attach at the end of this video another video about Midtown that you're going to want to check out. And if you have any questions about Sacramento or are considering a move here, don't hesitate and reach out. Until next time.